Let me ask you something. What if I told you that you don't need a huge pile of cash to start investing? Forget thousands, forget lakhs. We're talking about starting your journey to financial security with just 500 rupees. Yeah, you heard that right. And today, we're going to show you exactly how that one small move can be a total game changer for your financial life.
So, let's just get right to it. The big question on everyone's mind: can a single 500 rupee note really make a dent? It seems a little too simple, right? But here's the secret. The power isn't really in the amount. It's in the door that it opens. It's about what starting with that small amount unlocks for you.
Okay, so this brings us to our first big idea, the $500 advantage. We're going to flip the script here, because starting small isn't a handicap. It's actually one of the smartest, most strategic moves you can possibly make. Let's see why. Now have a look at this. This slide really gets to the heart of the psychology of it all. The old way of thinking that you need this huge chunk of money to even start, it comes with so much baggage, right? High fear, high risk, and this crazy pressure to get everything perfect. But look at the new mindset. With just 500 bucks on the line, the fear just evaporates. The risk is tiny, and suddenly you've given yourself the freedom to just play around and learn without feeling like the world is going to end if you make a mistake.
And this quote right here is the perfect way to think about it. You'd never walk into a gym for the very first time and try to bench press 100 kilos, would you? Of course not. You start with a light weight, you focus on your form, and you build that strength week by week. Well, investing is exactly the same. That first 500 rupees, that's just you picking up the lightest dumbbell in the gym.
So, what's the result of all this? It boils down to this super simple but incredibly powerful formula. You've got low risk, which is great. You've got high learning, which is even better. And when you put those two together, you get the best part: zero excuses. All those reasons you had for not starting, they just vanished.
All right, so the why is clear, but let's get down to brass tacks. Now that we know why starting small is so smart, the next big question is, where do you actually put that first 500 rupees? Let's break down some of the best and easiest options out there.
But before we dive in, there's one key term you absolutely need to know: SIP. It stands for Systematic Investment Plan. Look, all this really means is that you're setting up an automatic investment of a small amount of money every single month. It's the set it and forget it of the investing world, and it's the engine that makes this whole thing work so well. Okay, so think of this as your starter menu. You've got 4 fantastic choices. A mutual fund SIP is incredible for just building the habit and letting your money grow over time. Digital gold is super safe, a simple way to own a little bit of gold through apps you probably already use. An index fund ETF, that's like buying a tiny slice of the entire stock market. Perfect for steady, long-term growth. And hey, for absolute safety, a recurring deposit with your bank is a no-brainer. It's a fantastic way to just get in the rhythm of putting money aside. Now, get ready for this. Take a look at this number. Over 1 lakh rupees. You're probably thinking, okay, how much do I need to invest for that? Well, what if I told you this is what happens if you just invest 500 rupees a month in a decent SIP? Seriously, in just 10 years with an average return, that tiny habit can blossom into over 1 lakh. That right there is the mind-blowing magic of compound. Feeling fired up? Good, because we're about to switch from theory to action. This next section is your simple 4-step action plan to get your investment journey started, literally today. No more waiting. It really is this simple. Step 1. Know your why. Is this for a vacation in 2 years or for your future 10 years down the line? Step 2. Pick your tool. Download an app like Grow or Zerodha. Step 3, and this is the secret sauce, set up the auto debit. Make it automatic so you don't even have to think about it. And step 4, probably the hardest part, just be patient. Don't touch it. For the first 6 months, your only job is to watch, learn, and let the habit form.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture, because this was never really about a single $500 note. It's about building a powerful habit, a habit that can literally build a bridge from where you are today to true financial freedom.
So look, if you take only one single thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. The 500 rupees is just the spark.
The real secret, the true engine that builds wealth over time, is turning that one action into an automatic, unbreakable monthly habit. That's the whole game.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. You're not making some massive leap. You start small. Just get that 500 rupees a month habit locked in. Then maybe you get a small raise, or you cut back on a few expenses. You bump it up to 1,000. The goal is to slowly, steadily increase it over time. Before you know it, you could be putting away 5,000 a month. This is how it's done.
And so we end with this question. We've shown you that it's possible. We've shown you where to do it. We've laid out the exact steps. That giant wall that might have seemed to stand between you and a secure financial future, it's gone. It's been replaced by one small, simple step. Your future self is waiting. The only question left is, are you going to take that step?